Hi, this is Mike with Learning Bushcraft. This is April's SHTF package opening. Let's see what came in the box this go around. Gotta love packing paper. Okay, this much SHTF box. Card says we have a jumbo green light stick, a second protects the first cap, a 5-pack of P38 GI style can openers, a Raptor Machete with nylon belt sheath, a Black Legion assisted opening military fighter, and a Trailblazer folding pocket stove with fuel tabs. So let's pull each of the items up and see what they look like on camera. Okay. First item is the jumbo green light stick. Got a noisy pigeon. Sorry about that. The jumbo green light stick is not kidding. It is 15 inches. And it says it has a 12-hour glow time. Not sure about that, but if I do any camping, I'll have to test it out. Next item, second protects the first cap. Well, you can tell right away this ain't going anywhere but on my shelf because I could always use another baseball cap. And being a vet, some of the things that I fought for. Nice black, it's got the Gladstone snake in the front. And here's a look at the cap. And it's got a Velcro one-size-fits-all adjustment. Definitely going to be a welcome addition to my caps. Second item is the 5-pack of P38s. I remember these as a kid from my grandfather being in the service. Unfortunately, they quit issuing them when I went in. This is old school can openers. Pop the corner of it in, set the little lip of the tab right here on the edge of the can, and you just keep keying your way around till you get something open to eat. 5 of them. I definitely have more than one pack that I can stick those in. We'll see how many I've got left over afterwards. Okay, a Raptor Machete with nylon belt sheath. We're just going to call this a BF box because obviously it's not a machete size-wise. Let's give you a look at this. I've never had a machete this small or seen one this small. I've seen large knives that some people have called machetes. Let's get this out of here and unwrap it and see what we've got to work with. They wrap the whole knife in a little plastic bag, then they put the whole sheath in a plastic bag, then they put all that in the box. So go right back to the beginning here. This is what was in the box. Not a machete, but to quote an old movie that I know some of you are saying right now, that's a knife. Not bad. Comes with a fairly decent factory edge, a decorative sawback, a hole in the end. I've got a bunch of knives that have come with holes in the end. I've got no clue what they're for because they don't have wire cutters on the sheaths. It's got a nice wide piece of handguard here. One thing I'm not crazy about is this handle. Looks like all they did was slap square scales on here and round over the bit where your fingers are supposed to sit. Not only that, but I don't have extremely large hands, but there's no handle sticking out past the end of my hand, really. There's not really a lot to get a grip on. The wood is very smooth, and even with gloves, I'd be afraid this would go flying out of my hand. There's no lanyard hold to keep it in your hand. Definitely would have to find some kind of athletic tape or rubberized sporting equipment grip to wrap around here so it stays in my hand. Overall, it does have a nice weight to it. Probably in the 2-pound range. And unfortunately, as small as this belt loop is, there's no way that's going to go on my belts or most belts of people I know. So let's see what the last couple items are, and you can give me your comments and see what you think about the items. Okay, next is the Black Legion Assisted Opening Military Fighter. Now, being a vet, folding and military fighter is just words that don't work well in my head. And seeing this item, I see what this falls under that doesn't work. You've got a glass breaker, which if you turn it over, it's tapered in both directions, so it comes to a point. You have a belt cutter, or you could use it as a cordage cutter. It's spring assist, right off the bat. We got 1.5 inches of serrations, which in my opinion is junk. What is this on the back of the blade? That would be uncomfortable to try gripping and opening. It does have a nice quick snap to the opening. A little on the heavy side. It's not an aluminum handle. It's a little on the slick side. Is deep pocket carry tip down clip, so if you like that, that would be an advantage. This thing, if you try pulling the knife out of your pocket, that wouldn't even catch on your pocket without tearing your pants, so I see no use for that little spur there. Otherwise, not a bad knife. Got a fairly functional edge. We'll see what other presents the Shtf Santa brought me. Last item, Trailblazer folding pocket stove with fuel tabs. Now, I've had some folding stoves before. I've got an Esbitz. I've got one that's called a Ranger pocket stove, and they're all bigger than this. This is the size of it out of the box. Probably as tall as a pack of cigarettes, maybe as wide as the old Camel Wides for those of us who remember those, and maybe about as thick as a deck of cards. There we go. Not exactly the easiest to start with the opening, but average size tray, just big enough for a real small pot to sit on. You definitely can set your canteen cup on there. It says mini folding wax with fuel included, so I don't know if these are actual paraffin tabs or if they're just some kind of a fuel encased in paraffin, or if it's just some kind of a paraffin and granulated mix. We'll have to give these a burn time in a future video. Okay. Well, that appears to be all the items that came in this month's pack. And before we wrap this up, gotta try on the new hat that's going in the collection. Hey, first use of the fighter, and it wasn't to fight with. Yay. Stick this out. That wide? Let's see how well the hat fits. Very welcome addition to the collection. Well, this has been Mike with Learning Bushcraft, this month's Shtf package opening. Please give me comments. Give me a like if anything caught your attention. Share this with your friends because it's definitely going to help get my videos out there. If you want to see more of my content, please hit the subscribe tab down probably that side or that side. It'll be on the bottom somewhere. Make sure you hit that little bell icon next to it, because with the way the algorithm at YouTube's going, you're not going to get to see this if you don't interact with me very often. Once again, this is Mike from Learning Bushcraft. Thanks for joining me.